because most of the guys that have been our everyday players now
Are the
would have
guys
been
that would've been
September
called,
call-ups.
yeah, right.
So, like I said the other day,
Victor Robles is going to be a September call-up?
I don't know. I do not know. It'll be interesting. It'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see for sure. But yeah, so that was my night last night. I got a nice picture with Dusty.
Pretty cool.
Yep. Posted that on our Twitter, which is, what is it again, Corey? I feel like we've told them before, but nobody follows us.
At DC Sports Daily P1.
What is that?
DC Sports Daily P1.
At
DC
Sports Daily P1.
So yes, give us a follow there.
Please.
And, see the cool pictures. We're the only podcast in the DC area that
With
has
pictures of me and Dusty and
Jack
pictures
Dusty.
of me and Mike.
Yes.
Rizzo. I promise you, we're the only Twitter account with these pictures. And if
Unless
you follow
we're being
us,
catfished.
if you follow us, we will consider following you back.
More than likely.
We'll put it. It'll go under consideration. We'll run it through our staff. They'll do a thorough review of your account.
Pretty big out here.
Honestly,
Staff.
just follow us, please. I'm running out of creative things to say about it. But yeah, that was my dinner with Dusty. That has a nice ring to it. Dinner with Dusty.
Yeah.
I like that.
Anything with Dusty. Dusty's awesome. Get him signed, please, Mike.
Rizzo.
And owners.
Leonsis?
Learners.
Learners.
Leonsis is the other DC
Yeah,
sports.
all the other DC sports.
Except for freaking Redskins.
Would you stop mumbling?
It's picking me up just fine.
Are you picking him up just fine back home
Yeah.
in your car? Can you hear him?
The DC drive at 5.
Yeah, but it's when you're talking like this that I don't think they can hear
I
you.
don't talk like that.
Yeah.
Even when I mumble, it picks up.
No,
Anyways,
you're talking like this
we're
right
going to go
now.
ahead and
Fight.
segue into our next segment here.
You know, it doesn't work as a segue to say we're going to go ahead and segue.
I have a segue. So I
Then
can
why
talk about segueing.
why are you saying segue out loud? Go ahead.
Well, big news around football and the Redskins. Apparently, Kirk Cousins sat down. Who did he interview with?
Sal Palantonio.
Sal Palantonio, one of the most reliable guys out there on ESPN.
Or at least reliable to have the most fun name to say.
Sal Palantonio. And
Sal Pal.
he apparently told Sal that he wants to be a Redskin for life. And you know
Sal
what?
Pal. Sorry. Continue. You gotta work through these things.
It's amazing to hear that.
Can you repeat what you said? Because I guarantee they were all obsessed with me going,
Sal
Sal Pal!
Pal!
Oh, we overloaded the speakers.
Oh, yeah, but Kirk Cousins sat down with Sal Palantonio or Skyped or talked on the phone or texted or something, you know?
An
was an
article was
interview.
written saying that there was an interview between the two.
That Kirk Cousins wants to stay as a Redskin forever. And truthfully, I'm not surprised because he's going to be paid
Truthfully or honestly?
both, truthfully and honestly.
Wow. Double honest.
He's going to be paid a ridiculous amount. We're kind of going to be tied down to nobody after
Yeah,
that.
honestly, this is
This might ruin our franchise.
This is genius on his part. He says,
But it is smart.
He says, "I want to be a Redskin for the rest of my career." That's the headline, which means that he's said that, and fans are like, "Oh, look, he wants
Right.
to be a Redskin." And then when he doesn't sign, it'll be like, "But he wanted to be here. Why isn't he here?" And he'll be like, "Well."
They didn't want to pay
Point the finger at the front office, and then all the fans will just hate the front office.
which we always do anyway.
But Kirk, I don't know if you can do this after pulling the franchise tag twice. I
And a
think we're
third
going to
time.
hate you too if you ask for $8 billion.
Well, he's guaranteed 34.5 after this year.
He's not getting another franchise tag. Corey, don't give me that look. Like, that's just not... No.
Didn't Bruce Allen come out and say that he would tag him the rest of his career if he needed to?
No. I don't think so.
I think I saw
That sounds
something.
like a stupid thing to say.
That's Bruce Allen. Stupid.
Yeah, but that sounds like an idiotic, moronic, like,
Just
No.
Why are you on your phone? What are you doing? Anyways. You know, I like to hear surrounding the Redskins loyalty, because especially with a guy like Kirk. Kirk came in as a 6th-round draft pick behind RG3, was never expecting to really start. We always knew he was a better quarterback in the pocket. comes in, steals RG3's job, and really just performs really well for the past 3 years. And just to hear him say he wants to be a Redskin, that just gives me hope. But at the same time, if we have to pay him like $27 million a year, I don't know if I want him, because I would like to have a team, not just one guy. And I know big contracts like future Bryce Harper contract could cripple a team for quite some time. But we'll get into that one later as well. I don't know what your take on that is. Paying a quarterback like Kirk Cousins a lot of money for a long time.
Here's my take. We've had money to spend on the rest of our team for a long time.
We never do.
We do, and there's a salary cap.
Guys.
There's a salary cap in
Right.
football. Everybody spends the same amount of money, but no. Keep the quarterback. I'm tired of having a new quarterback every
Revolving
year
doors.
or every 2 years. I mean, just in my lifetime, 20
seen
years,
ridiculous amounts
my memorable lifetime,
Right.
or whatever, since I can really remember football, I've seen how many draft picks wasted on quarterbacks. I've seen how many quarterbacks that we traded for.
All busts.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it is insane, the number of quarterbacks that have come through DC
How many can we name?
since Dan Snyder. Since Dan Snyder came.
Patrick Ramsey,
Oof.
Mark Brunell,
Oof.
uh,
Werfel.
Danny Werfel for
Yep.
a couple games,
Shane Matthews.
Gus Frerotte,
Yep.
Shane Matthews,
Um,
Mark. Did I already say?
you
Mark
already
Brunell?
said Mark Brunell. Jason
Jason
Campbell, Todd Collins, Hasselbeck. Didn't we have a
We
Hasselbeck?
did.
Tim Hasselbeck. Rex Grossman. John Beck. Donovan McNabb.
Unbelievable.
Oh, come on. We got to go farther. There's more.
RG3. That is
I am
absurd.
missing somebody. I'm missing somebody important. Oh, well.
Rex Grossman.
Oh, well. I'll get over it. Apparently, they're not that important because I can't remember them. Yeah.
That is absurd. And yes, I agree with you then. I take back my statement. I want to pay him whatever he needs because I'm sick of getting guys like John Beck.
But I mean, I understand where you're coming from. Like, I've thought that way too.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, we're not going to win.
Without a
No
quarterback.
team has won the Super Bowl without that franchise quarterback. That's not true. All of you listeners out there, I know you're going to berate me on Twitter that you definitely follow with all of the teams that have won the Super Bowl without like a big franchise quarterback. But let's look at the teams that win it consistently.
Tom Brady. Patriots.
Yeah, he's his own team.
Essentially.
The Patriots with Tom Brady.
Peyton Manning, Colts, and Broncos.
Well, he didn't win
He didn't
very
win
often.
it with the Broncos.
Yeah, but
They were in the picture.
yeah, who won other Super Bowls? Seattle
With
Seahawks.
all good quarterbacks, though.
Russell Wilson.
Not a huge franchise quarterback. Good defense.
He is their franchise quarterback.
Facts,
though.
yes.
Like, they've committed to him. They passed it with him on
49ers in the past.
yeah, okay.
People like that. Teams like that.
Yeah.
People like that. Good quarterbacks. Franchise quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You can hear me.
I don't know, dude. I was listening to it in my dad's car yesterday.
You couldn't hear me.
There's when we move towards and away from our microphones,
Big difference.
it's a big difference.
I need to get my headset so I can lean back.
Instead of this mic that we're using.
Instead of our little blue cube. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. You nailed it on that one. You convinced me on that one.
Yes!
Unlike
Yes!
your argument yesterday. 'Cause
Yeah! I am the champion, my friends.
it's awesome.
Convince Corey.
Jack and I don't agree on much, so that's a big step.
Except on everything, pretty much.
Except for injuries in the Nats. But I mean, I guess you can still get pieces.
You can, dude. That's why and the salary cap will be adjusted for the quarterback market.
It is going higher next year, isn't it? No, that was
Because
the NBA, I think.
All quarterbacks are getting paid outrageous
Ridiculous
amounts of money.
Mike
now.
Glennon not even going to start and is getting paid $18 million a year.
Brock freaking Osweiler
a stupid amount of money, and he's not even a starter anymore.
No, teams were literally handing him off like a hot potato.
That is absurd.
With greasy hair.
The Texans traded him just to release him.
A really tall hot potato.
Who did the Texans trade him to, and then they released him immediately?
The Browns, right?
The Browns didn't even want Brock.
Was it the Browns?
I think it was. They didn't even want him. They released him immediately.
Yeah. I mean, how funny is that?
How does your career go?
How does Tim Tebow not have a job in the NFL?
Thank you. I tweeted that yesterday.
Wait,
it was his birthday. It was his birthday. So I quoted something and said, out of all those guys that are moaning about Colin Kaepernick, there's 2 guys that should have a backup job in the NFL, and it's Tim Tebow and Colin Kaepernick. Doesn't matter how they throw. It doesn't matter how they run offenses. Doesn't matter if they run a lot. Those guys have shown they can win. I mean, Colin Kaepernick went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he's not the same quarterback anymore. I don't know.
Tim Tebow wouldn't be either.
We can talk about the Kaepernick thing on a different day when there's no DC news to talk about. But
we'll talk about both of them, actually, because I have a big rant for Tim Tebow, obviously.
Why? Why is that? Are you a fan?
I'm a Florida Gator fan.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. I don't know if we established that on our podcast yet.
Yeah.
I tell that every single episode.
You enjoy watching murderers.
Aaron Hernandez was my favorite player.
Yep.
Percy Harvin was too. Brandon Spikes.
Yeah.
All of them had issues.
All those criminals?
All of them had issues.
And what? Jordan Reed? He's not a criminal because he's a Redskin now. Didn't he play quarterback for you guys?
Yeah. yeah, that was post Tim Tebow. That was a struggle. I remember watching Jordan Reed at quarterback against Florida State, and he threw like 6 picks.
Well, I'd be terrified.
And then he moved to tight end in the same game and caught a touchdown. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
The coolest thing you've ever seen?
No.
Think about all the cool things that you've seen, and tell me if Jordan Reed catching a touchdown is the coolest thing you've ever seen.
My favorite moment in sports, sitting in the President's Club and watching Willie Harris hit a walk-off.
What?
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen in sports.
Are you walking off?
I'm dropping the mic.
Corey just got up and left in the middle of the show. Oh, man. The coolest moment I've seen in sports.
This will be our tobacco wrap-up. Let's talk about cool moments in sports.
That we've witnessed.
Yeah.
Okay. Top baseball moment that I've witnessed. Okay. Stop that.
Okay.
I'd say one of the coolest baseball moments that I've witnessed. Let me give a little backstory to this.
We didn't freaking witness it.
So I was at the first game at Nats Park.
Thanks, Bruno.
With Corey, and we were there. We were at the night where Ryan Zimmerman hits a walk-off on the first game at Nats Park against the Braves. Guess what I heard? I heard the radio broadcast because it was a school night. I had to leave so that I could go to bed.
I was 12.
Guess what I did when I got home? Didn't go to bed. Just yelled at my dad for making us leave.
We'll never let Bruno live that down either.
Jason Worth walk-off. Oh,
the one
darn.
Game we didn't go to that playoffs.
The one game of that playoff series that we couldn't go to, I couldn't go to it because I got in trouble for not making my bed or something. And the punishment was, here, Jack, you have to miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where a memory will be made that all DC sports fans in attendance will remember for the rest of their lives. I have my own memory. As it happened, I yelled, cheered, sprinted out my door, ran down the street to Corey's, ran through his house, high-fived him, and then ran right back to my house. No words were spoken.
You know what's amazing? The punishment, don't go to the game, but we're still watching the game. I never understood that punishment.
It makes no sense to me. What other great moments have I witnessed?
Or missed. We've seen some good Redskins moments, though.
We have. Our Redskins moments are pretty great.
Which is surprising. The Ravens come back a couple years ago when Kirk came in for
if you freeze frame the picture of Pierre Garçon catching the ball in the end zone, there's a shot.
Jack and I are back.
There's a shot from in front of him that shoots out the back of the end zone, and I'm the little annoying kid with the red afro. I had my afro.
No, I don't think so.
No, I didn't have my afro on.
Jack was his face was, you can draw conclusions on your own.
I was excited. I looked like I had just had something happening. And Corey was also making a face. I don't know why I'm the one who gets focused on. My dad is standing next to us calmly.
Right. He didn't
and
care.
my mom is looking concerned, like, what's happening? I don't know why she was there. I love you, Mom.
That
I know you're listening.
the Saints game when Santana Moss and
Oh, the one where Randall L.
jumped
Randall
over
L.
him.